Now, normally this would be where I'd jump into kind of a, an accent, right? To be talking like the Wargs, but I can't do a Worgen accent. I forget what it's called. It's some kind of British, one of the many British accents. Cockney, maybe? So we're not going to do that. But I did want to try and capture the different taste, the different variety of flavor to this one. So we're going to do a fairly simple recipe, but I'm hoping it's going to taste a little bit different than most of our usual stuff. To wit, their good friend is long since lost. I saw this in the grocery store and I decided, sure, we'll try it out. So, oh yeah, and last but not least, normally we'd go ahead and try to mash this, but I was thinking about it. That's going to be kind of a pain and isn't really going to get across what I want from this. So we're going to go ahead and go at this Worgen style. There we go. Appropriately sliced potatoes. They look so delicious. I could just eat one raw right now. Actually, fun fact. I knew a friend who used to just love eating raw potatoes. Yeah, I don't know. What we want is not raw. We also want to not drop any on the ground. Stick even when upside down. Oh my god, really? Professional cook, ladies and gentlemen. No, seriously, think about it. I get paid money to cook. That makes me a professional. Given our usual, that'll probably take about 5 minutes. We've turned it up to high, by the way. We want this water boiling. We want to tenderize those potatoes. I started to do that off camera, but that was actually a little more delicate than I thought. So I emptied all the taters so we could add the meat. I got the turkey added in there. And voila, we'll just leave that to cook for, I'm kidding. No. I need to turn this down to medium because I want a slow boil here, what I want. What I want. It's definitely not a Worgen accent. Alright, let's try this again. So, turn the heat down to medium. Now normally, I don't usually kind of spicy. I got a little on my tongue. So we're going to add some clove here. I have no idea how much to add. Just going to add some sage here. Just straight from the bottle. Get some mustard powder in there. And of course, basil, our stalwart friend. Let's get a mixing, shall we? Just poking my head in here, watching the progress. I've actually left it going so I could do one of those time-lapse things. I have no idea if you guys like that or not. What I do know is I've decided to go ahead and turn the heat up to full now that it's mostly brown. I do want it basically completely browned across before we actually switch to the next phase of the project, which, well, if I'm being honest, is the one I am most nervous about. You know, my grandmother once said you can make any dish better by adding potatoes. I think she was onto something. It took until I first really started cooking, just when I was about 10 or 11, for me to really start appreciating how much you could do with potatoes. There's a lot of different ways to cook potatoes, and they are astonishingly healthy. Really weird, actually. Obviously, you can make them unhealthy. This is getting really full, isn't it? My goodness. Well, that's okay. We're about ready for the hard part. To get some numbers out there, we're preheating the oven to about 425. We left this sucker cooking for about 8 minutes before we turned it up to high, and looks like about another 4 minutes after that. Well, I know some of you guys like watching me fail, so this is going to be your part of the show right here. Oh my god. Come on, there we go. Truly beautiful, yes? God, Lord. Cutting off some of the edges here to fill in the gaps, basically, because I don't want... I mean, the whole idea is to bake it in, right? So let's make the ugliest pie ever made. I'll laugh if this ends up turning out to, you know, be good. No, we don't want that sucker causing any issues. There we go. Now the idea is we're probably going to leave this sucker in there for 20 minutes, something like that. We're going to be watching the coloration of the crust to really know when we're where we want to be. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's like this golden browning thing. And that's what we want. That's what we want for the horde. I'm doing a Worgen dish, aren't I? Worgen should have joined the horde anyways. Okay, I don't have a blue one, but a black one will have to do. Now, I've actually already poked my head in, so I already know it's good to go. For the record, we did go for the full 25 minutes. Good lord. Well, shoot. I just looked it up. We're supposed to leave this thing cooling for 30 minutes. Worgen food is exhausting. This whole thing's taken about an hour now. Good God. Well, see you guys in about 30 minutes. I could do a super incredibly fancy special effect, or we really went all out on the effects budget this time, didn't we? Yep. Let's try it out. I don't really have a pie scoop thing, so it's gonna have to do. Oh my goodness. It's already cool. Oh god. Well, professional cook, ladies and gentlemen. It smells interesting. It smells pungent. That's what that smells. My goodness. Of course, I could smell that in my whole house while this was cooking for like the last hour. Crap, all that. There we go. One slice of pie. Let's just try this out and see how it tastes, shall we? Ooh, that is a unique taste. Actually, like this, where you have just like a bit of each. You know, get the crust in there, the meat and the potato. Okay, now I'm failing at doing it. There we go. It makes for a good combo. It was good. Because this is my lunch. I don't have anything else. Well, there you go. Exactly as the Worgens do it. They're not very good cooks. They have giant hands. And then they get angry, and then they get gianter, and then they attack their food, and they go eat a wild boar. But I hope you've enjoyed this little meat pie recipe. The Gilnean Surprise. We'll call it that. No. The Gilnean Smorgasborg. How's that sound? I'll see you around, guys.